Hi guys, hope you're all doing well and welcome to my very belated Day 3 New York vlog. If you remember, many moons ago, back in October 2016, Roisin and I went to New York and I uploaded my first 2 New York vlogs in November. However, I then got a little bit sidetracked making other videos over the kind of Christmas and New Year period, and all of a sudden it's halfway through February and I have not uploaded the rest of my vlogs. So today I wanted to sit down and film little in-between segments for my Day 3 vlog. I'm going to warn you in advance, this is, I say warn, this might actually be a pleasant thing, but this is going to be the shortest of my vlogs, I'm pretty sure, because I did a rubbish job of vlogging on the Wednesday. To be fair, we did quite a lot of shopping and stuff on the Wednesday, and so there wasn't really as much to vlog, I suppose, as some of the other days where you're kind of moving around a bit more and seeing more of the kind of sights. So there's not as much going to be involved in this vlog, but I still really loved that day and I hope that you enjoy it. Day 3, we got up bright and early and it was a beautiful sunny blue sky day. I've had a couple of blue sky moments in the time that I have been in New York, but we hadn't really had a sort of full day of sunshine before, and so the fact that it was such a beautiful day on the Wednesday just made walking around those streets even more exciting. We got up, we got dressed, and we got on the underground down to Union Square, which is an area of New York that I actually really like. That's probably because Barnes & Noble is nearby, not gonna lie. I really like Barnes & Noble, which you'll hear more about later in this vlog, but the Union Square area, there's just something, I don't know, really sort of chilled out about it that I really like. It's in that sort of like middle range where it's not the kind of really crazy busy touristy central like up at Times Square kind of area, but you've not quite reached the kind of more laid back downtown area just yet. So I don't know, there's just something really nice, there's a nice sort of vibe about that area and I really enjoy being there. And so we took the opportunity to just stand, enjoy the blue sky and the sunshine and take some obligatory vlog footage. Good morning, it is day 3, I suppose day 3 in terms of the fact that we arrived on Monday and it's now Wednesday. And we are down at Union Square. Behind me you can see it's really sunny. I was trying to film over there but it was too bright. So we're just standing here on Union Square preparing to go for some breakfast or brunch as it now probably is, given that it is about 11 o'clock, something like that. Where's Roisin? So we're gonna go get something to eat and do some shopping, and we have a lot of fun things planned for later in the day. So we'll take you along with us, including Barnes & Noble. Including Barnes & Noble, which I desperately wanted to vlog last time. I might be trying to sneakily take a couple of little clips later. But anyway, I'm very excited for today. The sun is shining and we've got, as I say, lots of fun things. So come along with us and see what we get up to today. That morning we were off to iHOP for breakfast, which I was so excited about. We didn't go to iHOP the last time that I was in New York, and I kind of feel like if you're going to America, certainly if you're a blogger or vlogger and you watch a lot of kind of YouTube videos and stuff and you hear people talking about iHOP, it's sort of one of these places that you just have to go to if you're in America. We got there sort of brunch time and both went for some incredible pancakes. I have to tell you, this was an excellent choice of breakfast. The menu is actually huge. There's such a wide variety of stuff that you can choose from. Whether you are into more kind of savoury stuff, so if you want it with bacon or whatever, or if you want it with fruit, or you want it basically like a huge dessert. There was a cheesecake flavoured one, I think, if I remember correctly, which sounded amazing. I went for your kind of standard strawberries, which is maybe a little bit predictable, but it was so good. So after breakfast we made our way along to the original Kiehls store, which is on 3rd Avenue and 13th Street. Somewhere that we really wanted to stop by, and it's such a beautiful shop. It's so nice to know how much history is built into this building and seeing so many of the kind of original things, and really it's sort of part museum, part shop, I think, the way that it's sort of laid out, and it's just a beautiful shop. So much gorgeous skincare packed into such a small area is always an enjoyable experience. We spent quite a while in there, we took some pictures, we browsed the products, it was lovely, and then we headed back out into the sunshine to make our way back along to Union Square to one of my favourite places, Barnes & Noble. Even if you're not much of a reader, I think there's just something so lovely about walking around a bookshop. There's something really, I don't know, there's a very relaxing atmosphere in bookshops that I just really enjoy, and the fact that quite a few of the bigger bookstores in Glasgow have closed down over the past few years makes me really sad. I really like the sort of vibe of wandering around a bookshop, and the Barnes & Noble at Union Square is just one of the most beautiful shops. You can't really film while you're in Barnes & Noble because you don't really want to look like you're just filming all of the books. That's probably not allowed. I did take one tiny clip of footage. I love that they have those ladders. It just makes me think of Beauty and the Beast. Just the idea of kind of like swinging along on those ladders along the bookshelves just pleases me far too much. We were in there for a long time because the last time that we were there, again, we were kind of short on time and we'd been in for a little while, but we had to leave before I was really done browsing, and so getting to just really relax about it, that's what I really enjoyed about this trip. The first trip was so exciting because it was filled, like jam-packed with so much stuff, and we never had a minute to stop. But there was actually something really nice about having a more chilled out experience where you could go into Barnes & Noble and spend an hour in there and it wasn't a disaster because we didn't have somewhere else that we needed to be immediately after. So that was really lovely. We hit a few more shops. We went to Ricky's to look at some makeup where I bought a Morphe palette, which I just am in love with, and a few other shops, and just kind of spent the day really wandering at a very leisurely pace, which was so much fun. But that evening we had very exciting plans, which I couldn't vlog, which is annoying because I can't really include any footage of it, but you'll understand why. We were going to a live taping of the Late Night with Seth Meyers show. This was such an exciting experience and we were very lucky to get tickets. We'd basically gone onto a waiting list to see if we could get some because they sell out so quickly, and Roisin had been very much on the ball, as she always is, and she got us onto the waiting list, and surprise of all surprises, we got tickets. So we had to be there for about 5 o'clock and get ourselves through the security process and all that. Quite a lengthy security process, which I suppose makes sense, but we got to the Rockefeller Centre, to the NBC Studios area, and oh, it was such a cool experience. We went through the shop and looked at a lot of the kind of merch, which was nice, and then made our way through, as I say, this lengthy security process. They check your bag, they make sure you don't have anything you shouldn't have with you and all that stuff. And then went into the sort of green room area where we got to sit, and everyone was sort of waiting together, and they did a sort of like warm-up exercise sort of thing with us to find out how excited we were for the evening, and you know, ask questions about Seth and get everyone kind of into an excited mood before we headed up to the actual studio. Now, we didn't know who we were going to see that night because they don't really release it in advance, and so we had no idea who they were going to be interviewing. And I remember Roisin and I sitting in this sort of green room behind the scenes area bit saying, oh, just like, we really just hope it's someone that we know, like someone that we've heard of. That would be nice. You know, just hopefully it's not some sort of music artist that neither of us know about or whatever. Little did we know it was going to be 2 huge Hollywood stars, and oh, it was a very exciting moment when they announced who we were going to see. Kate Beckinsale and Colin Hanks. Now, considering our love for serendipity and the fact that we were in New York, the fact that Kate Beckinsale was getting interviewed by Seth Meyers that night was just such an unbelievable coincidence. She's so lovely and I really enjoyed her section of the interview. I'll link down below if I can find the footage on Seth Meyers' YouTube channel, I'm sure it'll be there, of her interview from that night. And Colin Hanks. I love Colin Hanks so much. I love Tom Hanks, the whole family situation is great there, but Colin Hanks is so sweet. I loved him in Fargo, I loved him in Dexter, I think he's such a good actor, and he was such a sweetheart. I really enjoyed the entire taping experience. We were sitting really near the front, which was fun. Seth was so cool. I really just I was a fan already, but I'm even more of a fan now that I've actually kind of sat there and got to experience them sort of chatting between the takes and stuff. It was great. So we actually were in there for a really long time. I can't remember exactly what time it was that we got out at, but it's longer than you would think that it is. And so by the time we got out, it was quite late and we were absolutely starving and very much ready for our dinner. Now at this point, we tried to get the underground to somewhere, and I can't remember where it was, but suffice to say, we had a little bit of a mishap with the subway that night. We got on the wrong line twice. It became a bit farcical, which is why the fact that by the end of the holiday we were actually pretty good on the underground, and we knew exactly what lines we needed to get on and stuff. We were very proud of ourselves for, because that night it didn't exactly go to plan. I think we were trying to go somewhere slightly further uptown and we ended up going in the wrong direction. Anyway, the plan was to go to Shake Shack anyway. It was one of the other locations that we thought we were going to go to, and that ended up just not happening. So we got off at a stop quicker than we'd expected to and headed to the Shake Shack just off Times Square. It was mobbed. Shake Shack's always really busy, but that night it was absolutely mobbed and we were a little bit worried we weren't going to be able to get a table. But we did, we got there, we got milkshakes and burgers and chips, and I have to say, I know there's a lot of really fancy and exciting restaurants in New York, but I really am partial to a Shake Shack. So by the time we'd finished that, it was, I think, probably about 11 o'clock at night. It was late and dark and we had been on the go since early in the morning. So we made our way at that point back along to our hotel for another very much needed night's sleep. It had been such a nice sort of leisurely day, very, very different to a lot of the days that we'd had on the first holiday, as I say, and just something a little bit different, which I really enjoyed. So that's it. I'm really sorry that I failed so much at vlogging that day, but as I say, a lot of the time we were in shops. We were in Sephora, we were in Barnes & Noble, we were in wherever, and you can't really do a massive amount of vlogging in there. I hope that you enjoyed that vlog. The next day's vlog is the Natural History Museum, which is one of my favourite places in the entire world. So keep your eyes peeled for that, it's going to be going up very soon. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you have enjoyed that. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up to let me know, and do remember to hit that subscribe button so that you can keep up to date with all of my videos. I'll be back with another video very shortly. I hope that you're having a great day and I will speak to you again soon. Bye!